In section 3.3, we're going to talk about angles of polygons. In section 3.2, you talked more specifically about triangles, three-sided polygons. Now we're going to talk about all other kinds of polygons. Here's your vocab word. A polygon is a closed plane figure. Closed means it can't be open. All the endpoints have to touch. Made up of three or more line segments. Notice line segments, they are not curved. That intersect only at their endpoints. So let me show you some examples of polygons and examples of polygons that are not polygons. Now you do not need to draw these, but these right here are an example of polygons. They're closed and all of the sides are straight. That means they're line segments. That's why we underline this. These are example of not polygons. These polygons don't exist. You can't have these. This one, because it's oval, it's curved. Here, because it's curved. But here, this one's a little more difficult. Because here's a line. These intersect right here in the middle of the segment. And right here it says they have to intersect at their endpoints. And this one does not do that. So this one is also not a polygon. Here's the only key idea you have today. Interior angle measures of a polygon. Now this is any polygon. The sum, S, so S stands for the sum of the interior angle measures of a polygon with n sides. So this right here, n, is the number of sides. And then you take that and you times it by 180. So what we do is we take S equals, to find the sum, we take the number of sides, subtract 2, and whatever you get, you take that times 180. So here are three examples that we're going to do in problem 1. We want to find the sum of the interior angle measures of each of these shapes. So quickly just sketch these three shapes. You do not have to be a good artist. I just want you to have these in your notes so you can see what we're doing. So, in each problem, we're going to use our formula. And all we have to do to find the sum is subtract 2 from the number of sides and times that by 180. So how many sides are in this problem? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 sides. So we take this, we take 5 minus 2, and we times that by 180. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 gives me 540 degrees. So a 5-sided figure has interior angle measures that have a sum of 540 degrees. Example B. How many sides does this shape have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octagon. So we plug in 8. We subtract 2 times 180. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 times 180 is 1,080 degrees. And lastly, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we would take 7 minus 2, which is 5, times 180. And that would give me 900 degrees. So that's the first part of your homework. In these next two examples, we have to find the value of x. So when we look at in the first example, in letter A, it looks pretty easy because all you have to do is realize that I have all 6 of these angles and I just have to find the 7th. But the problem is you don't know what a 7-sided figure adds up to for its interior angles. So you have to use the formula to figure that out. So since this is a 7-sided figure, you're going to take the formula, which was the number of sides minus 2 times 180. Well, there are 7 sides. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 times 180 is 900. So we know all of these angles together. Every one of these angles adds up to give you 900. So all you do is add up all the other angles. So if you add up 140 plus 145 plus 115 plus 120 plus 130 plus 128, you can write all that out, but let's just add them together. That's going to give you 778 plus x, which is our last number, equals 900. Subtract 778 on both sides. The value of x, the missing angle, is 122. So now we look at the second example. We know if we want to add these all up, we have to first figure out how many sides there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we take 5 minus 2 times 180. That would be 3 times 180. And 3 times 180 gives you 540. So we know everything is going to be equal to 540, so let's add up our angles. I always start with the x's. To me, that's the easiest. So 2x plus 2x is 4x. Add together your three angles that you have. 145 plus 145, well, that gives you 290. 290 plus 110 gives you 400. So you subtract 400 on both sides. 4x equals 140. You divide both sides by 4. And the value of x would be 35. Your last key idea is talking about the exterior angle measures of a polygon. So now we're going to talk about how you find the exterior angle measures of a polygon. In words, the sum of the measures of the exterior angles of a convex polygon is 360 degrees. So all that says is all angles that are on the outside of a polygon add up to 360. That's it. So here's an example that I'm going to draw a picture for. Here we have a four-sided figure. And if we add up all of the angles on the outside, W, X, Y, and Z, it gives you 360 degrees. Our last two examples are going to be finding the measures of the exterior angles of each polygon. So all you have to do is you have to know that all angles add up to 360. So if we look at the first shape, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a four-sided figure, so we have four angles. We know that x plus 50, 127, 91, they all give you 360. So let's add together 50 plus 127 plus 91. And that would give you 268. And that equals 360. We subtract 268 on both sides. You get x equals 92. But remember, this is not asking for the value of x. We now have to find all of the angles. So we just found 92 as one of them. Well, the other three we are given. So we just write them down. 92 degrees, 50 degrees, 127 degrees, and 91 degrees. Those are all four of my answers. In the second example, it is a five-sided shape. So you're going to have five numbers to add together. We have an x and we have an x, so that's going to give us 2x. But then you have a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here, and a 90-degree angle here. And 90 times 3 is 270. So 2x plus 270 equals 360 degrees. We subtract 270. 2x equals 90. Therefore, if I divide both sides by 2, my value of x is 45. So I know that two of my angles are x, so two of my angles are going to be 45 degrees. 45 degrees, and my last three angles are all 90, because those are already given to us. So those are all of my exterior angles.